Alright guys, I've been getting a lot of questions about the scripting, and I thought it would be a good idea to actually run down, kind of overview it all, and you know, it seems really hard to understand, but it's really not once you understand how it works. So with that, I'm going to give you some overviews of my actual interface, and then we'll go behind the scenes and we'll see how that actually works. So starting out, this is the layout. Each vessel has volume sensors via pressure sensor, DO, pH, it has some kind of an element, temperature, and a timer. Mash tun, same thing. Hot liquor tank, same thing. There is a common sensor between all three of these, which is the headspace oxygen sensor, and we use that for purging vessels. So we'll get into that. We have an amp meter, all our different valves, pumps, proportionals, mass flow, normal flow sensors. We have a bunch of those. TDS for RO, and everything. So the vessels themselves can be sealed and pressurized, and there is pressure sensors here. And we use these in a script, so it's good to know that these are there. And then the actual script and the actual brewing process is all run right here off of this. So as you can see right now, my brew status is shut down, and there's an enable brewing button here. So how does that work? So what is that? So if you go through all my scripts, which I have a lot, you can see there's an enable brew script running. This is enable brewing. So basically it says new string status. Status equals shutdown. Well, what a string status is it's a visual indicator of what's going on. So it says shutdown. That's what it says, shut down. So we tell the brewing system what to say. Then we go into a loop that says if enable brewing is false, which is it's always false if it isn't clicked, then we wait until true, which is a click. Then it's going to tell us brewing enabled. It's going to sleep for a little bit, then it's going to start brew, which is the brewing script. So let's see what happens when we do that. We clicked enabled brewing. Okay, so right here it says brewing enabled, which is right here. Now it's going to sleep, and after it gets done sleeping, it's going to start brew. So it stopped its own script because, it stopped that script because brew actually tells it to stop that script, and brew actually turns that script back on. So it creates this little loop, and so they have to work together in order to work. If one gets out of order, then it won't work, and that's just basically a safety kind of precaution. I don't want anyone to be able to walk in and start hitting buttons without following the proper process. So I think we'll make that the first video, and then we'll get into the brew script, and I don't know if we'll break down the brew script a little bit, but it's quite long. It's 876 odd lines of code, so it'll take a while for me to run through this and how it all works. But I really want to break it down because like I said, I've had so many questions from people that don't really understand how to script and how to do this. So we will try and break it down.